Hi guys, this is Ameesha Patel and you're watching me on Spotlight with Smrity. Tune in. I love the Deols. For me, Dharamji, Sunny, Bobby, they're family to me. Sunny always treated me like a baby because I was a baby when I started and we have, a considerable age gap which was required for Gadar. Rakesh uncle was very strict with Hrithik and me both. One day he even told me a couple of years ago that you stay away from your house and come shift to my house. Definitely one of my big things on my bucket list that I want to do a full-fledged love story, a nice season love story with Shah Rukh.
Hello, Namaste, Adab, and welcome to a brand new episode of Spotlight. I am Smriti Sharma, and today I have the pleasure of sitting down with a very talented and gorgeous actress, Ameesha Patel. Hi, Ameesha.
Hi, Smriti, and thank you for having me on your show.
So, 25 years in the industry, long time, and Kaho Na Pyar Hai is again in the theatres. आपको कैसा feel हो रहा है?
Well, of course, पता नहीं चलता कि 25 साल कैसे गुजर गए. ऐसे इट फील्स लाइक अ हार्ट बीट और बस टाइम निकल गया और दोबारा थिएटर में फिल्म री रिलीज़ हो गई है. लोग इतना प्यार करते हैं ये डेब्यू फिल्म को, जो ऋतिक और मेरी डेब्यू फिल्म थी, तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. पहले रिसेंटली गदर 1 री रिलीज़ हुई थी और अब कहो ना प्यार है. सो आई फील वेरी ब्लेस्ड कि I have been part of such iconic cinema where the producers and directors feel that the audience wants to see them again and again on 70mm. So feel surreal, feel blessed, and couldn't be more grateful.
Okay, and I want to know, when was the last time that you saw Kaho Na Pyar Hai?
I think in lockdown
Okay.
on DVD, क्योंकि lockdown में इतना वक्त था and we were revisiting all the old films and all the good films, I would say, of everybody's. And I think we fell in love with so many more people again watching films in the lockdown. But that was the last time I saw Kaho Na Pyar Hai. On 70mm was 25 years ago.
Okay.
Once, I saw it only once. I didn't get a chance to see it more often than that. So I'm looking forward myself to seeing it on the big screen again.
Amazing. When I met Hrithik recently and I asked him about what he felt when he saw the movie recently, he was like, I really wonder what people loved so much about it. आपको क्या लगता है, कभी सोचा इस बारे में कि why so much love came its way? What was it that had worked?
I actually think there are so many things to love about it. To begin with, the phenomenal chemistry between me and Hrithik, which is very important for a love story to run. I think we were incredibly cute and loving together, which people loved. We made an adorable couple. The music was a sensation. The choreography by Farah Khan was phenomenal. The direction by Rakesh uncle was superb. The locations we shot at, there were unique scenes. I mean, we've never had scenes of a hero-heroine getting marooned on an island, introduction of a cruise, things like this. A look-alike that were not brothers. You know, normally when you have a look-alike in a film, they're bichre hue bhai, kumbh mele mein bichre hue bhai, the typical. This broke stereotypes, you know, and that the same girl could fall again in love with a completely new person. She didn't wait. I mean, it wasn't that it was the same boy. He was a new person, and in the end, she does fall in love with him as well. These were risks that the director took, and they paid off. I think the action was brilliant. Hrithik's dancing. There were so many things to love about the film. So it's no wonder that it became iconic.
Right. So इतने सालों में कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि कहो ना प्यार है 2 बनानी चाहिए, या आपको कभी ऐसा लगा हो कि यार बननी चाहिए?
Well, लोगों को बहुत लगता है और even I feel it sometimes. But you know, मैं हमेशा ये कहती हूँ कि जैसे जब गदर 2 बन रही थी और 7-8 साल पहले जब गदर 2 बनने का नाम और निशान ही नहीं था, तो मेरे फ्रेंड्स हमेशा मुझे टीज करते थे कि हमेशा गदर 1 के आइकॉनिक बॉक्स ऑफिस रिकॉर्ड्स अगर कोई भी फिल्म तोड़ सकता है तो इट विल बी गदर 2. And that time there was no, it was not even on the cards. When the film started, when it got completed and then finally released, and then we saw the numbers, and it had shattered every record. They started saying, हमने कहा था you know, and audience ne bhi bola, see, we told you, ma'am, we wanted this back. And they're saying the same thing about Kaho Na Pyar Hai too. But I always say one thing, that, you know, to recreate iconic films like a Titanic, like a Dilwale, like a Sholay, Mughal Azam, um, Kaho Na Pyar Hai, you cannot just make a part two as a project. It has to be very well thought of. It has to keep the soul of the film intact. It has to take the story forward. Bhool Bhulaiya, Golmaal, even a Hrithik's Krish 3 is like a Spider-Man, Superman. You can take it forward. You know, Housefuls. You're not so deeply connected with the love story because those are not love stories. Like a Bhool Bhulaiya, Akshay Kumar and I were the love interest of each other, but we could take it forward with another star cast because it wasn't emphasizing the love story. So it could be replaced by a very efficient and lovely actor like Karthik. But these kind of films, you need the original actors, you need to get a solid story for them. And it's doable, of course, with a lot of thought and a lot of hard work. And this completely now depends on Mr. Rakesh Roshan, how he wants to take his baby forward. But yeah, I know it is the demand of audiences worldwide.
Hrithik has had such a wonderful journey. He has done some amazing characters. Which one has been your favorite if you had to pick a movie or a character that you love?
I think post Kaho Na Pyar Hai, if I felt something was very challenging for Hrithik, because see, he's very good at looking good, and the Greek god term was termed by me for him. He's very good at working hard in the gym, building that fantastic body. He's very good at dancing. But if I think he played a challenging role and took a risk, was in Koi Mil Gaya, where he actually played a little bit of a, almost like a disabled, you know, kind of a boy, and then suddenly gets a superpower from outside. I think Koi Mil Gaya was a big risk and it paid off. And somewhere where he also played very opposite to typical Hrithik Roshan was Guzarish, where he did not have his typical dance and song routine. He was not coming out of the ocean showing his phenomenal body, but he chose to keep it under wraps and be on a wheelchair. I think that for an actor who's known to be gorgeous and, you know, known for his looks, to take that leap of faith and take that risk is a great thing. And I think he did them both very, very well.
Right. I also wanted to speak to you about your other co-stars. So I'll talk about Bobby Deol first. We've done some amazing films with him. And the past 2 years, we have seen such love and acknowledgement come his way. Do you think that was long due for him?
I think Bobby deserves a lot more work than the industry gives him. He's a phenomenal actor. He's proved it time and time again. And like you said, I've done phenomenal films with him, Hamraz being one of our best works together. He's a good-looking, you know, in every sense of the word, he's a quintessential Indian hero. He's an Italian stallion looking. I mean, he's a great dancer, he's a great performer. He handles comedy, action, emotion, romance, all really well. And he did so well in Animal. I mean, 10 minutes of him on screen and wow, you were blown. So it just shows his versatility and range as a performer. So he deserves hell of a lot more, for sure.
And how is he as a person?
The Deols is no, I think, mystery or any thing. I love the Deols. For me, Dharamji, Sunny, Bobby, they're family to me. I don't even consider them as co-stars. They're, for me, they're just the most amazing, family-oriented, humble people you can ever meet. They're amazingly good human beings. So but the difference in Bobby and Sunny is Bobby is like a child, you know, and he's like, chal, let's do this. No, I don't. And Sunny is, you know, like he's got that aura that, you know, you should be afraid, stay away. But of course, with me, it's different. Bobby is more, you know, cool and Sunny is more reserved.
Okay. And how has your relationship evolved with Sunny over the years? Right from the time you first worked with him and then in Gadar 2 again?
So Sunny always treated me like a baby because I was a baby when I started and we have, you know, a considerable age gap which was required for Gadar. The characters justified that. But he was very protective, very possessive, kept me very well cocooned and I was always in awe. that this is this huge superstar, mega star I'm working with and everything. But he never let me feel that. He kept me like a baby. He kept me like his Sakina. And till 27 years later also, he keeps me exactly like that. But he has realized that this baby also has evolved. She's become a little girl in her own way. He respects my mind. He respects what I have to say, whether it's now at a creative level, scripting level. When we have creative discussions and the agreements and disagreements, he pays complete attention to my point of view and respects it and even agrees to most of it most of the time. And there's a relationship of immense love, respect, adoration. And I think that when you are like the Titanic of Bollywood, it goes without saying and twice over what kind of bond and chemistry we share, which is very evident when Tara and Sakina come on screen together. It's just magic. And that's the relation. I just describe my relationship with him as magic. It's magical.
Okay, that's beautiful. I want to know from you that when you made your debut, there was no thing like nepotism, जो आजकल हर एक star kid की movie के साथ attach होता है. But the fact is that you were working with a star kid in a movie that was directed by his father. कभी ऐसा लगा सेट पे कि कहीं ज़्यादा attention मिल रहा है आपके co-star को?
No, in fact, Rakesh uncle was very strict with Hrithik and me both. We were both like students next to him. We used to be keep your mouth shut. Like there were times when he would be driving us to set and Hrithik and I would both look at each other. I hope we haven't said anything to anger him or do anything. So it was completely equal. And of course, Hrithik only had a bit more experience because he came from a film family. I had no formal training in Bollywood dancing. I'm a Bharatnatyam dancer, which is way different. I had no formal training in acting classes, action, diction, which Hrithik had done all that. He'd been on sets like Karan Arjun, learned from the best like Shah Rukh and Salman and all. I hadn't had the privilege of all that. But Hrithik made me so comfortable. Rakesh uncle was such a good teacher, so disciplined. Like if we had a 7 o'clock morning call time, he would be there 10 to 7. He taught us these things. So he was a very strict principal with both of us. And that held us in good stead. But I didn't see a differentiation. I mean, I think a maker like Rakesh Roshan only wanted to make a good film. Yes, he was launching 2 newcomers and one of them was his son. But his first and foremost priority was, I need to make a good film. Everything else is secondary, which is what he did.
Okay. Tell me, Ameesha, do you think that you are underrated?
I don't know whether I'm underrated. If it means that, do I have those 12 extra films that come on a Friday and get off on a Saturday? Do I miss those? To be in my makeup man, busy making Instagram reels and going on promotions, and then when the film comes, the film disappears? No. Do I feel I'm God's child and immensely blessed that being an outsider, I've had no godfather but still had the biggest cult films in Bollywood again and again? Then I feel I'm the most, I'm completely rated as I should be. I feel I'm the luckiest girl, actually.
Okay. Tell me, over the years, apart from Sunny, and we know that you share a great bond with Salman as well, but apart from these, have there been friendships in Bollywood that you really found, genuine friendships that you found?
Yeah, Sanjay, Dutt, Sanju and I, he's very protective. He's someone who's always wanting to find me a good husband, get me married. So I leave. He's like, the big bad world of cinema is not meant for you. You're too innocent. मैं कन्यादान करूँगा. He's been like this for years. He's always trying to find me a good boy. And I'm like, Sanju, one day he even told me a couple of years ago that you stay away from your house and come shift to my house. You be with my kids and you be here like my third kid and you be at home. So he's got that protective thing. Like when I go and meet him or go to his house, I'm not allowed to wear Western clothes. I have to be in a salwar kameez. Like that's the kind of protection he has. He's very, very sweet and very loving. So I've made some lovely people, here who, and of course, like you said, Salman's a great friend and all of them. Like they're really, really some nice people who've had my back.
Okay. You've worked with almost all the big male leads in the industry.
By the grace of God, yeah.
Yes. And Shah Rukh Khan के साथ कुछ क्यों नहीं हो पाया? We know about the चलते चलते fiasco that had happened, but उसके बाद nothing materialized.
Well, चलते चलते, like the fiasco that I was unaware that the film was even offered to me, and Aziz Mirza ji then later told it to me, and Shah Rukh told me, and I was like, Shah Rukh, what film? And he showed it to me while we were dubbing. I was dubbing for Hamraz and he was dubbing for Chalte Chalte, and he said this film, and of course whatever transpired, I didn't even get to me that film was mine. And I did a little bit with him in Om Shanti Om. But yeah, that is definitely one of my big things on my bucket list, that I want to do a full-fledged love story, a nice season love story with Shah Rukh. Like, he is the king of romance, and I would want to go back there and, visit that with him.
Wow.
Yeah, like you said, he's the only star that I haven't done a full-fledged film. Others, I worked with everybody by the grace of God. And of course, then I think that there are very nice, like the talented people like Ayushmann Khurrana and Kartik Aaryan and all, who I think the pairing with me with them would be very unusual and very interesting. So forget the senior superstars, but I think even this lot is very, very, very promising and would make a great pairing with me.
Right. आपने ऋतिक रोशन को ग्रीक गॉड का टैग दिया था, and it has stuck with him and quite deservingly so. But in the new crop of actors, who do you think has that spark?
I don't know if anyone can replace like a Shah Rukh or a Hrithik or a Sunny, but I think Ranbir Kapoor is again someone who can really, really suit that tag, in a different way. He's got his own charm. Like, he's brilliant in every film he does as well. He really gets into the skin of the character superbly. So I think he's another great guy for that, to take the title.
Right. Okay. You had said abhi कि Sanjay Dutt has always been after you to find the right guy for you. I want to know, at this phase in your life, where does love stand?
Let love find me. I'm not out searching for it. That's all I can say.
Okay. But there are so many rumors that we see in the media every now and then. How do you react to that? What do you have to say?
During Gadar, there were rumors that I've cured Sunny's back pain and I have some magical balm or something like that. There have been rumors all along. Every rumor that comes, and considering me, there have been very few rumors in comparison, I take it with a pinch of salt. It's like, it's a rumor, that's what it is. It's not a fact, it's a rumor. It's going to die down. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over the years, has there been a heartbreak?
No, I don't want to have a heartbreak. I'd rather break hearts.
Wow.
No, but genuinely, I haven't been in a relationship for the longest time. And right now, the only thing that I'm doing is running around, involved in my work and having the core group of friends that I have, and I'm really happy with that. So,
Ameesha, I also want to know that while there have not been really controversial rumors about you, but right after your debut, there was a lot of noise about this one thing, about something, some issue between you and Kareena. I don't want to get into the details of it because it's a long time back and obviously you guys have moved on. But now when you look back, what do you have to say about it? Was there a way that it could have been tackled, handled?
So I think I never spoke about her at all. Like, if you go back and see, I never spoke anything derogatory about her. I replaced her in a film. I did my best. The film became successful, and that's about it. Like, I've replaced many people in many films, and other people have replaced me in films. So that's the equation. And I think she's supremely talented. And she's done really well for herself, and she's got two gorgeous children, and who I'd love to get my hands on and cuddle and kiss. They're really cute, and I think we've all gone ahead in our lives. That's it.
Okay.
There's no ill there at all.
Okay. ये बात तो सच है that you do not say things. You always maintain a dignified silence, and that has been the case with this recent controversy that erupted after Gadar 2. Apparently, the director Saab, Anil Sharma, he narrated something else to you, a very meaty role, which also had something very important for you at the climax of the film. And then later on, without even asking you or even a discussion, he went ahead and shot something else. So what really happened, if you could tell us?
Well, that video that you're talking about, which is circulating, has been in circulation, I think, for 3 years now, and 500 people probably have that video. The entire Z unit, Anil Sharma's unit, all the actors, I mean, every technician, everyone has that. So, but I chose, like you said, to keep a dignified silence about it. I never spoke about it. But the reason I agreed to do Gadar 2 was on the merit and the grounds that, which was completely justified. was that Sakina would be killing the villain because he was her father's killer. He was the reason why the life of her husband and son were put in danger in Pakistan. And if you noticed in the climax, Sunny doesn't kill the villain. It's just a loose-ended climax, which didn't make sense to most people. So, which is why I don't understand that why it had been gone behind my back and been shot after being promised to me. And Anil Sharma's family, he'll always be. If you're asking me, does it hurt me? Does it upset me? Of course, in human, it does. Did I expect someone I consider family and has known me since I was literally a teenager to not call me and say, my Sakina, my Ameesha, मुझे आपसे कुछ बात करनी है, and come and have a meeting with me and tell me, justify to me why what you promised me could not be done and what you would do in place of that, and come to a decision. But the climax was shot without me knowing. In fact, I was informed of it by members of the unit that ma'am, climax shoot ho chuka hai. And he did not call me for a whole year after doing that. And all I can say is that had it been the original, that had Sakina killed the villain, today the film would have been even a bigger cult. Because it was a very loose climax. There was, no one knew what was happening. Like, it was just, the villain just was given away and India turned its back and it was a no man's land. So it would have been a proper culmination and a justification ki mere baap ke hatyare ko Sakina took the revenge, and it would have been, audience would have got up in the theatres and clapped. That's the reason the climax was agreed upon by everybody, including Mr. Sunny Deol, and everybody agreed that this would be a terrific climax for a film like Gadar. And the collections of the film would have been couple of hundred more anyway with this kind of climax, at least in my opinion. But anyway, film's released, let bygones be bygones. It's a colossal success. And I'm sure Mr. Anil Sharma himself regrets his decision somewhere in his conscience. I'm sure he knows it was wrong. And he'll always be family. So I guess it's time to move on.
Okay. One thing that you had said some time back, which kind of had a lot of mixed reactions, was your opinion about OTT and the content over there. You had said that there's a lot of abusive language and homosexuality, which as a mother of a 9-year-old, I really feel that yes, I need to be guarded when my son is around. But I want to know that, is that a reason why you have stayed away from
No,
doing
I'm
any
not
projects?
against anything that they do on OTT as a person myself. In fact, I'd love to be part of some good shows and web series and good OTT films. I just know that a lot of content that cannot go on 70mm goes on OTT, and it's great. It's just that a lot of things from the youngsters, so that it doesn't influence them in a wrong way, needs to be, like you're saying, you're a mother of a 9-year-old. So just, you'd need to keep your child away from that abusive language. You'd need to keep your child away from a lot of stuff that, because there's no, unlike a film, when you go in, it has a certificate, UA, adult, like you're not allowed to bring in children for certain films and things like that. OTT does not have that. You can just turn it on and watch. So it's just that we need to just, as a society, be more careful about what we allow the youngsters to have access to. But am I against anything that happens there? I'm not against anything that anyone wants to put out anywhere. And who am I to be against any kind of content? And if something really interests me, I'd love to be part of the OTT platforms. They're doing so much good work, and they're doing so much work that you cannot make for 70mm but can be streamed on these platforms. So it would be a great opportunity.
Great. Ameesha, tell me, looking forward, when do we see you on the screen again?
Very soon, like Ameesha has always been. She speaks very less about her achievements or her ongoings. She likes to come and surprise. And that has always been my mantra since 25 years. I speak less, I let my work speak. And so I'm going to continue being the same way. Let's just say hopefully very soon.
Okay, looking forward. Thank you so much for talking to us, and we wish you a great 2025.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.